Good morning. Good morning.
And finally, new rule, nothing with crypto in the title ever turns out good.
Don't write me about Bitcoin, please. I don't give a so don't ask me.
Bitcoin happens to use a lot of energy. It happens to promote anonymous transactions.
Bitcoin is not a currency.
Not bullish on Bitcoin.
You, John McAfee, believe in the power of Bitcoin. So much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million.
99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are f***ing morons. That's it.
What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Good morning. Hopefully we can get some sound coming in here. Okay, I think you guys can hear me now. Okay, well, I'll just start from the top. I was saying, welcome to the GM show. Obviously, today is a solo show, as you can tell. And I was just saying that Matt is experiencing every Vegas story you could experience. All the classic Vegas moments, Matt has experienced them over the weekend. I've been getting late night text messages from Matt. And so he will be back here tomorrow. Thank God. I don't know if he would survive another day in Vegas, to be honest. But let's get into the crypto stuff, shall we? Thank you guys for joining us. I see you guys in the chat. Vegas slideshow, man, it would be scary from what I've heard. It wouldn't be pretty. That's all I'll say. So let's jump into things. We're going to check out the crypto news today, some NFT stuff, and it's going to be a light show today, as it's just myself. I don't feel like I'm very good at talking to myself. So, this is always kind of a fun experience for me. It pushes it's a good challenge, right? But check out gmdefi.xyz. This is our website where you can access all the stuff GM show related. You can check out in the tools section here. Actually, if you go and click around when things decide to load, you can check out the kimono, and this actually just gives you a little bit more information about our all-in-one trading indicator. You can watch a little video about it and kind of get an idea of what it is, but it's free. So, if you want access to that, hit us up in the Discord. Also, check out Morning Friends. Man, we are making some final decisions, artwork decisions and stuff that just kind of has to be wrapped up before we really go ham. It's hard to promote an NFT project that is going to be a PFP, partially a PFP project. It's hard to promote that until the art is finished up. So we're so close on finishing the artwork. And then, it's going to be just going full ham with the promotion side of things. So check out Morning Friends. It's coming up. Real quick. Let's see. Before I get started here, I'm just going to pop into my Pumpopoly account over here. And I'm going to, because I just got here, I need to drive to work. I need to do my morning commute, claim my tokens there in Pumpopoly, my salary, and we're off. So let's get into the news. 3AC founders in hiding offices abandoned as court filing cites fear that assets may be disposed of. So a filing in the United States Bankruptcy Court of the Southern District of New York states that the liquidators of Three Arrows Capital have been unable to communicate with the founders in any meaningful way. The location of founders Su Zhu and Kyle Livingstone Davies is currently unknown as they continue to hide from the spotlight. The document additionally stated that the liquidators are now genuinely concerned that 3AC may dispose of its assets outside the insolvency proceedings. Quote, there's an actual and imminent risk that the debtor's assets may be transferred or otherwise disposed of by parties other than the court-appointed foreign representatives to the detriment of the debtor, its creditors, and all other interested parties. So, yeah, Three Arrows Capital is obviously done and is in the process of being picked apart from the sounds of it. And they're just, it sounds like these liquidators just want direct access to the accounts and everything to just take it, sounds like. So, yeah. And as far as we know, we don't know the whereabouts, I guess, of the founders. And, you know, maybe Su Zhu is just living out on his yacht that I know he used to take people around, potential clients around on his yacht a bunch. So maybe he's hanging out on his yacht. He doesn't even know what's going on. He hasn't even seen the FUD. He's like, I don't have a Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about. Binance deliberately skirted U.S. sanctions to serve Iranian users, says Reuters. So according to the Binance CEO's Twitter, it sounds like he responded to the news via Twitter, saying the exchange used the Thomson Reuters World Check data to screen customers, and so was kind of passing the blame onto Reuters KYC tool to say it wasn't adequately blocking Iranians. And now I guess this was in 2018 that there were a bunch of Iranian people using Binance, and I guess they were not supposed to be because there were some these sanctions, these U.S. sanctions on Iran. And, you know, I'm guessing this was before Binance really did really hardcore KYCing. I remember back in 2018, pretty much anyone in the world could use Binance. And if there was some restrictions, you could just use like a VPN or something. So now I know the KYC process is a lot more hardcore over at Binance. And so, yeah, it says here, in September 2021 is when Binance finally restricted people's access there once anti-money laundering checks were improved. So, you know, until 2021, September 2021, it was pretty lax over at Binance. And I remember actually when they started talking about how they were going to have more kind of detailed KYCing over there at Binance. And it pushed a lot of people from different countries off of that platform. And it also made it so that US users were not able to use the normal Binance.com because there were lots of people doing that using a VPN to access Binance.com and trade with higher amounts of leverage than they're able to on Binance.us. So a lot of that ended in September 2021. And it sounds like the Iranian access also probably ended around then. So anyway, you know, this is just like kind of old news. And anyone who's used Binance or for, you know, past couple of years pretty much knows about this. But it's just interesting that this is resurfacing, and now Reuters is trying to smear Binance, and Binance is trying to blame it on Reuters. And so it's like, you know, who knows what's really going on. NFT report. This was as of last night. Over the weekend, we had CryptoPunks was just flying, man. The amount of volume through that project has been crazy. We had the Fidenzas also. I'm sorry, Dikenza. The Fidenzas were taking off this weekend. And I have a feeling though, I'm on Dikenza Maxi because to me the success of the Fidenzas is a good sign for the Dikenzas, and I think it's just a matter of time till people discover the more exciting Enza project. Yeah, exactly. Never heard of them. Me neither until this weekend. They just came out of nowhere. Anyway, and then the Saudis also, and Bagner, and we'll talk more about and look at some NFT projects. in a little bit here, but we're just going to check out the charts just to check out what is the outlook of this week. What are we looking at? And this is a very interesting looking a little chart pattern here on the weekly. We had really a dump for just weeks straight, and you can see down here we're starting to print these very short candles, these almost doji like candles, and you can see the current week, which we still have. Let's see, where's my time here? Why is it not telling me how many? Oh yeah, 6 days and 11 hours. So we're just starting to do this candle. You can see this was last week's candle. It's been ranging a lot. We're in this trough here, and you can see down here on the kimono where the momentum indicator here is really pinching in, and of course we can't say yet, because until we get confirmation, this can always change. This could open back up if we get some significant dumpage. So this could be a little bit of relief, or we could be kind of maybe scraping along some sort of at least temporary bottom here. If we do get a green week overall, this could flip the momentum into green momentum. And we had money flow just barely dipping into the red here. And so it's a very thin red money flow, and you got this yellow VWAP line pointing up and coming up over. So those, I would say, are bullish signs on the weekly. When you come down to the daily, let's open this up a little bit. You can kind of see that whole pattern playing out in a little more of a little micro scale here on the daily. And we've got, let's see, we got higher highs? No, it's not no divergences going on right here right now. But we do have this a lot of this play where you can see we're in this range right now, and you can tell the market's really trying to decide where it's going. But we are getting these slightly higher highs here on the momentum, and maybe a little bit higher here on the price waves up here, the actual price action. So those could be good things. Now, the one thing I do see here is that RSI is in the overbought territory, which is a little worrisome for bullish. As far as bullish activity, you'd want to see an RSI, this blue line, that's more down here. And on the weekly, it is down there and it's coming back up. So, daily things change from day to day, obviously, on the daily, and you can have you could have a dump for a couple more days here, maybe bring it back down to this price here, or this price here, and before maybe going back up. So I would say that the rejection here off this level is saying that we're going to have probably a little more dumpage before we have any highs. Now, that's not, we're also getting this red momentum dot here, which will print in about 10 hours. So that's also a little bearish, just for the on the daily. So I'd say, we're probably going to see a little bit more of a sell-off here, at least today. But, overall, still that weekly is still giving me a little bit of hopium. And so that's why I'm not writing off the whole week to being a bearish week, especially because we see just kind of this ranging pattern that we're in here for the past week. I mean, really actually since like June 20th. So or even maybe a little further back, you could say like the 18th, we really started kind of going into this. So let's, I'm not going to look at the really micro like Matt usually does, and because I don't think a lot of you guys are trading on the price daily. I don't think we've got a lot of day traders in this audience necessarily. But if I was going to look, just like, let's go to the 8-hour real quick. I said I wasn't going to do it, and now here I am. But just to even get more, maybe a little more confirmation about what's going on. I mean, you can see we're obviously still in this downtrend. You got the moving averages here are still quite separated and in a bearish pattern. So, I would say, you got this red dot coming off of this here. And I would say, to me, it's not totally unlikely that we'll get back down to around, at least 1050, on Ethereum, at least 1050. So let's go check out. Let's just see if we got similar things going on the weekly here for Bitcoin. Yep. Very similar squeezing of the momentum there. These kind of doji-esque looking candles. Very similar. Ape coin on the weekly is, we don't have a lot of data, but we got that green momentum wave. On the daily here, we've got a little bit of a dump, but what we've got is, let's see, is this, no, it's not looking super great because you got these momentum waves that are coming down. So, momentum loss, this RSI, as you could see, was quite overbought here. So, and it's coming down. So, and I could see it coming down even a little bit more. So again, I would say price will probably be dropping on Ape as well, down into the maybe at least I would say around challenge $4 on Ape. Just gonna check out Solana real quick because now I own some Solana. I own a little bag of Solana, so I have to do it. Dickenza says no trading here on feel only. I like that. Just deep breath. Put your hands on the charts. Ooh, what do you feel? Right? Yes, thank you for appreciating my lines and numbers. I'll keep going, I guess, with it, even though you don't respect them. Same thing on Solana. We've got the very pinching of the momentum wave here. So I would say, more than likely coming down here as well. We got, similar price action across the market. That's kind of how it always goes, except for on some of the extreme shit coins, like probably Ape coins. It does its own thing a little bit. So yeah, but that's my little market overview today. We're gonna take a quick intermission. It's gonna be a little bit shorter, and then we'll be back and we're gonna look at the NFT market a little more in depth. We're gonna chart some NFTs. We're gonna look at NFTs. I'm gonna I'm trying to, I went and touched grass this whole weekend. I was out this whole weekend having fun outdoors, and also just doing some kind of cleaning of the garage and stuff. I've got family coming in this week, so to visit tomorrow. And don't worry, the show will go on. Everybody calm down. But yeah, so I'm just getting back into the market. I want to see what NFTs maybe I'll be looking at. And I want to just check out what's going on with the NFT market. And, over the weekend, of course, we had a bunch of those weird projects. But anyway, we'll talk. So, without further ado, be right back. Thanks. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the GM show. He said 99.9% of people who are in crypto are morons. That would mean that at least one of us is a moron, if not.
While you're asking me if I'm going to sell the dollars and buy pesos back again as the peso sleeps from 20 to the dollar to 40 to the dollar to 80 to the dollar, or if we're in, Venezuela. I mean, you think a Venezuelan company is going to quote unquote take some money off the table by selling their US stocks and their US dollars to buy back into local currencies, or in Zimbabwe, you think they would take money off the table, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever.
Crypto today's a go. Crypto today.
TBT, the broke team motherfuckers.
No! Bro. This whole area is putting me on tilt. This whole range, man. I swear to God. Man. This whole fucking range is man, you're gonna touch, man. You're gonna fucking touch your stuff. Oh my god. Let me move it like a tiny bit. No, stop fucking moving this. Oh, bro. Oh, bitte. Bro, what the fuck?
What happened yesterday. Today's the day. Go out there. Don't take shit from nobody. You got a dream, fucking live it. And if they don't want to be a part of your dream, fuck it. Throw them off the railing. Who gives a fuck? At the end, it's you against the fucking world. You follow me? and then it's you against you. So you got two fucking wars you're fighting at one time. Smoke a little reefer, write your notes, do your 22 push-ups, and tell the world, you know what, you better fucking hide in camouflage, because I'm coming for you, motherfucker.
It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
Well, Fugazi, it's fake.
Yeah, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's not fucking real.
Right?
All right? Stay with me. We don't create shit. We don't build anything.
For watching GMTV.
Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for sticking around, liking and subscribing, of course. And let's check out what's going on in the NFT market today. Let's see how. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing there. So got CryptoPunks. You know, CryptoPunks, like we were saying, is just been flying over the weekend. You've got, but it's still the price, it looks like, came down, or maybe the volume came down a little bit in the past 24 hours, but still really trending. You got the Saudis, which was a project that minted over the weekend. This was one of those degen mints where really, unless you had whitelist and you were part of the cool groups that got whitelist, you really just missed out on this one, and you're just being the exit liquidity. Do you have any take on influencers for that? Did they dump on us? Yes. Yeah, this reeks to me of the influencer pump and dump type of situation. And from everything I could ascertain when I just kind of checked in and looked at what was going on, it seemed like it was one of those things where, you know, all the influencers were getting their whitelist spots, and they were all they were all filling their bags, and then as soon as it went live, it was completely just botted to yeah, exactly. Farouk got, yeah, exactly. That's what I saw too, was that Farouk had a huge bag of these. So, you know, I mean, this is kind of the current thing, right? The you know, and I a lot of these influencers and NFT farms, I want to call them. I think that there are such a thing as NFT farmers, right? NFT farms. I think they plant a crop, right, and each week of these degen mint projects, and you know, it works for the current market, right? It's just a way to scoop stupid liquidity out of the market. And it's, you know, if you had an artist, or, you know, a couple artists, even just a couple Fiverr artists and some marketing people, you could essentially just do this as a kind of recurring thing where you just pump out these projects, and you just have these groups, like these chat groups, that all just pretty much get whitelist. And you know, it's like what's going on with the Twitter NFT influencers too. They're all part of these Twitter chat groups where they all put their tweets and they all like each other's tweets, and, you know, they're farming. These people are grinding out these essentially just these projects to just keep getting exit liquidity every week and every month. Wasn't this always the thing? Yeah, I mean, essentially, right? I think it's just on kind of like, it's just like less even hidden, right? It was like before they had to make a website and put together a roadmap, and they had to make it seem more legit. But now with this whole free mint meta that kind of took over the summer, it actually has been even probably easier for them, because now they require nothing but essentially maybe a Twitter account and a sometimes a landing page, sometimes not, and that's it. And people will, you know, fall for this. And the whole thing is that the whole influencer list has obviously all the whitelist spots, so they get to bulk up on a bag of these during, you know, free mints, and then, you know, it goes public, it's botted to death, and then they just dump all these on the aftermarket. And, you know, a lot of times these projects don't go for that much. The Saudis was a different one, because it got that perfect hype wave, right? It's like some projects, they're just good at memeing it into existence, or they just have, you know, of course, all the influencers that are part of the pump groups all tweeting about it. So, you know, there's obviously strategies that they're using to try to hype up these free mint projects. And then, yeah, I mean, right now the floor on this is 0.73. So this is just, you know, I think absolutely crazy to me. And, is the Saudis going to be a project that actually sticks around and builds something? I highly doubt it. I'm afraid this project is going to just fizzle out at some point. And even projects that are building are not doing well in this market. I'm amazed at how the Saudis project is doing. It kind of hurts my brain. And yeah, Dolph, that is the biggest hurdle is just accessing the insider clicks and the funds to the bot. Yes, that's why the networking is such a big part of kind of succeeding, I think, in the NFT space, because a lot of it is just who you know and who you're friends with and which groups you're a part of. That's a big part of this. But I do think, yeah, like I was saying, it's hard for these free mint projects that aren't doing anything else or have no value beyond being a flash in the pan PFP project. And yes, I did see the Habibis. Yeah, the Habibis were another project that launched a while ago. I actually I watched their alpha group from afar using that what the funks project that kind of aggregates all the different alpha groups. I watched the Habibis alpha group, and one of the guys from the Habibis was also part of one of these Degen mints. It was actually called Degen Town over on Solana. And that one is just been, a lot of people call it a cash grab, but that one has done really well over there too. So, these influencers are, using this, using their influence to keep, I think, just this kind of cycle going of these. I mean, it's like the ICO days, except this is just even more blatant and just, scammy, in my opinion. I just think it's at some point this trend has got to end. Every trend has its life span, but I again, that's why I'm really most interested in people that are building actual stuff. I don't really actually care what the price of your NFT is at all anymore. If you're building, I'm interested. If you make something useful for me, I'm interested. If it's art that I want to use, that's why, again, Dickenza's. I like Dickenza's because for me, it's that one is purely just about the artwork. I like the Saudis. This is not about the artwork for me. This is about flexing for a moment that you have this PFP and just getting the liquidity. That's really what it's actually about. But yeah, I don't know. We're in an interesting state, and I think you can debate it and analyze it. And I'm not, it's hard to make any definitive statements because things move really quickly in this space. And also things are just so weird right now in the space. And every day is weirder and weirder. Dickenza says, if influencers had to use an Anon wallet every time they mint, do you think they'd succeed? Feels like the wallet trackers cause some of these movements. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I mean, I'm guilty of looking at, what people are minting and what projects have a bunch of influencers minting them and which projects have blue chip holders. And, I think the data definitely drives some of this, but I think that a lot of it is just essentially these groups coordinating from the inside to pump these projects up and then get the exit liquidity. I think that's a lot of what's going on with these crazy free mints like this. And of course, I can always be proven wrong because maybe the Saudis will start building something really cool. But I feel like it reeks to me of just a pump and dump project. The other one that was kind of trending this weekend that went super crazy fast again was Bagner. This one had a lot of hype around it. And it's interesting because this one is not doing nearly as well as far as floor price goes as the Saudis. And, to me, the Saudis had less interest than the Bagners did from the general public. But I think that the Saudis had maybe better influencers or something. It's so weird. Like both these dropped on the same day, and around the same time. And it's just interesting to see, like, why does one just go, get driven up, and the floor price get driven up, and the other does not. And I think it comes down to who's involved and what type of strategies they employ to pump that price. And also, I mean, the marketing, the memeing. There's a lot of factors that go into these free mint projects, and whether they can sustain any momentum. And if they build anything, I'm a sucker for all the new PFPs too, but I'm not gonna buy these free mint projects after they've minted on the secondary market unless there's something obvious being built there. I will not be the exit liquidity for the free mint just pump and dump, the weekly free mint pump and dump. I just don't want to be. So if that's why my whole thing is like, if I can get these free mints literally for free, then yeah, I'll do that. And I'll see if there's any potential for exit liquidity in the coming days, right? I minted some free mints over the weekend, and just in case, again, it's like I'm a lotto ticket thing. But at some point, I feel like, I don't know, I'm already bored of that. I'm already sick of that. And I'm ready to get back to, actually feeling like I'm investing in a project, or, a game, or a piece of software, or anything. Just give us anything, build something. That's what I liked about the NFT projects before, was that, I felt at least like I was maybe trying to find interesting projects and builders to invest in. Now it's just like, which free mints can I flip for a profit? So, it's an interesting time in the NFT space, I gotta say. But what I am looking for, again, right now, I think is a great time to pick up projects like CryptoPunks, right? Projects that are legacy projects, or projects that are building things. Now is a good time. The floor is low on a lot of these projects, and on some of these projects, it's the lowest it's ever been. And I do think then that it's a good time to pick up some of these. I don't know. Let me see if what the floor price over on Punks probably is not great now, because it was just pumping. But a lot of these projects are having are essentially on sale, you could say. So if there's a project you like that you want to get into, now would be the time to be looking at those projects. I'm constantly looking at crypto dick butts, FOMOing about these. The floor price, I think, came down a little bit more to where I wanted to enter actually on this. Yeah, this is much closer to what I wanted to actually enter, was right around this 1 ETH area, because it seems like the price seems to range pretty often and come back to that 1 ETH. So this is much closer to where I wanted to enter crypto dick butts, actually. So again, this is maybe one that I'll get because I'm a degenerate and I want like a legacy degenerate project. But also other projects that you could be looking at would be like, Moonbirds and God, this Dirt Birds is another free mint that's stuck around too long. And I did get some exit liquidity out of that one. That was a free mint, one of the lotto tickets that I got, essentially, that paid off. Here's another tool, just real quick, that I got access to. This is called degenmint.xyz. I think right now you have to get on like a whitelist, essentially, your wallet whitelisted to use this. But this is another interesting live mints tool. There's a lot of tools right now in the NFT space, and that gets me really excited. I like how many tools are popping up, and just how much competition there is now for this data analysis and analyzing the data on chain. And I think it's good. The competition is really good because it's also, it's forcing us to build better tools, and it's bringing down the cost in a lot of ways. So Dickens's 69 ETH floor is the prophecy for the crypto dick butts, or maybe it was 6.9 ETH. Who knows? But I would be fine with either of those. Do you think this is a good time to jump into Web3 to build these? Yes. I think this is an awesome time to build, but you have to know that you're entering the space in a time when everyone's afraid to buy and there's less buyers because there's not as much hype. And so honestly, I would maybe not mint right now. You know, I think that I think that it wouldn't be a bad idea to build if you have the runway and the time. Build and show your process as you build. Build in public and don't mint yet. And mint when it seems like there is the liquidity and the enthusiasm for it. You know, I'm seeing a lot of these projects that mint. I mean, unless it's free. If you want to do a free mint, you can do free mint right now, obviously, because it's free. So it's not going to change. You know, it's not like there's a lack of enthusiasm for free mints because they're free. So if you want to do a free mint right now, yeah, do it. And I'm not against free mints. I like free mints still. And I like free mints as a reward your initial supporters. And then, you know, as you build what your utility is, then the price should go up in the aftermarket. Now, I'm not positive on that. I'm still just getting into. I've been reading more about, you know, tokenomics and about creating, you know, economic flywheels and trying to and gamifying just game mechanics for tokens. And so I'm trying to understand all of that better so that I can you know, figure out the strategy for these a little bit better. But if you're charging for your mint, I think right now is maybe a time to wait if you're going to charge for mint. I'm seeing that even strong projects right now that are charging even a reasonable amount are having a really hard time minting out. You know, some are. That's not to say none are, but they're having a hard time. And this is on ETH and on Solana. I'm seeing the same thing. You know, and that again is not to say projects aren't selling out, but I think the projects that are, you know, that are selling out are, you know, they have to really kill it in the marketing game, because even utility right now is not necessarily enough. If you got utility and great marketing, you know, then yeah, you may be able to. But I think that the biggest hurdle right now is the state of the market. You know, it was easy to sell out these projects when there was all the hype, right? When we were at the top of the market, man, it was insane the shit we were minting. I can't believe what everybody was minting just, you know, a couple months ago. And, you know, we were doing GM scores and everything was, you know, everything cost like, at least it was like, you know, 0.02 was dirt cheap, 0.05, 0.06, you know, even the 0.15 mints. I mean, it's just, it's, you know, it's crazy how much things have changed. And it's just because we're in a fear market, right? It's getting better. It's getting better. But, you know, there's still a lot of fear, and a lot of people just, you know, haven't come back too. So I think, you know, not all of us are doing this all day, right? A lot of, I think the majority of people are doing this part-time and doing this as a hobby. So it can be really discouraging for those people when, you know, you're in a really low market like this. The bag you bought at the top, and we're minting these projects, they're all worth so much less now, even just the ETH to USD conversion. So that's why, but I think, you know, that's again why I'm looking at who's building in the bear, because those are the people that I want to be friends with. Those are the people, you know, I want to be friends with developers and marketers and people who are still building in the bear market, because that to me is a sign that they believe in the blockchain technology and in pushing forward regardless of what the fiat price of ETH is, right? The people who are still just building are I'm super bullish on those people, especially once we get into a more bullish market. 4S1T says we are charging a minimum amount for the mint pass. Once a user gets mint pass, they will get 50% off the Doodles mint. What do you think? I want to know more about this. Wait, Doodles mint? Are you a part of the Doodles project? What's going on? We're charging a minimum amount for the mint pass. Once the user gets mint pass, they get 50% off the Doodles mint. Well, let's just, I'm just going to ignore the fact that you said Doodles, because that confused me and threw me for a loop there. But we're charging a minimum amount for the mint pass. And yeah, so I'm seeing the mint pass thing more and more, right, before the project launches. And I think that's an interesting strategy too. I haven't analyzed it enough. Oh, we have a collection named Mars Doodles. Gotcha. You know what? You should. I want to see your NFTs. I don't think I've ever seen your project. So I really want to see your project. You should. I'll look. For your project. But if you're in the Discord, send it in the Discord in the general chat. I want to check your project out. Maybe I already have too. Maybe we've looked at it before, and I just don't remember. I know you come and watch the show pretty frequently, so I want to support your project. But so once they get a mint pass, then they get 50% off the main mint. I would ask what the mint price is for the pass, and then what is the mint price going to be for the Mars Doodles, because that scheme can work, but I'd be curious psychologically what my gut instinct is when I see the numbers themselves. And I do think the mint pass is interesting, and I actually be curious to know why you chose to go that route, because I'm still trying to analyze in my head what the pros and cons of doing a mint pass before the actual mint are, because I've started to see projects doing that, and I would love to know your reasoning for doing that. I think that'd be really interesting to me. So yes, send more info, please. Send more info. Anyway, this is another interesting tool here that just shows kind of what's minting live here, which I really like this like live mint here on the side. It's just really cool. I haven't seen that very often. Another tool I'm really liking over on the Solana space is the Hello Moon, which has the smart money inflow and outflows, and also has some good charting tools over here, similar to like what I've got over on Soul Sniper as well. I'm still looking for the ETH project, the ETH tool that doesn't want to charge me an arm and a leg to use it, that has trading view charts integrated. Here's a project that I bought, actually. I bought into this Utter Chaos project, and I just want to show you guys real quick why I like being able to do advanced charting on NFTs. One interesting thing, and I heard one of the Nifty Alpha guys say this morning, is that, because you can't short NFTs, the floor prices tend to hold a little bit stronger, right? So there's less downward pressure on the price. And, this is one of those projects where I felt pretty confident going in at I went in at about 3.4. So right about down here. And because I felt like this was a pretty strong price. And if it broke through this too much, it would be a really bad sign. But, this, I wanted to get into this project. And so I bought down here, and I still feel pretty good about that. And you can see these red lines and these green lines are support and resistance, it's nice that they just have this on the charts on Soul Sniper by default. And the other thing I like is putting an RSI on NFTs, because I like the oversold and the overbought signals from the RSI, and you can see we're just kind of ranging here, and that coordinates really well with what's going on here. There's just it's kind of flatlined a little bit. I would then be waiting to see if it moves more towards the oversold or overbought territory before then making more decisions on that price. But let me check in with the chart. 4S1T says the price is around 0.02 ETH for the pass and around 0.1 ETH for the actual NFT. So if I did 0.02 for your mint pass, then I would get 50% off the main mint. So I'd be paying 0.05. That's interesting. I like, so yeah, again, I would be really curious what the reasoning for the pass is, as opposed to doing just a initial mint. Is it to get people into your ecosystem and kind of get them hooked before then doing the initial or the actual mint? Because that's kind of what I could see, is like you're using the mint pass as a way to get people into your ecosystem, and then you're selling those people an NFT. It's almost like making a list. And, you know, I mean, one of the reasons we want to do an NFT project is because I feel like that brings in more people. Once you have an NFT project, new people are going to come in that would not have otherwise come in and seen what you're building, right? So people who are just casual NFT collectors and stuff who maybe never, you know, don't know about this show, but once we launch an NFT, then they will know about this show. So I could see why like a pass could do that too. Like it'd be probably smarter if we did like a pass. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud right now. But if we did a pass and then, you know, that's maybe free, right? We maybe allow our people to get a free mint pass or maybe cheap, like 0.02. And then maybe those people then can mint our main NFT for free. Or I don't know. See, this is why I'm not a tokenomics genius, and I'm trying to understand tokenomics much better right now. So, you know, I am open to all suggestions and thoughts about what is the next meta, or what is the best way for us to do these projects, right? What's the best for creators and what's the best for buyers? You know, I was looking at, there was somebody that came into the Discord and they were asking, you know, is Solana a good, is the price of Solana though, like is it good for creators to launch over there? Because Solana is only worth 30 some odd dollars. And so, you know, if you're charging, you know, 1, 2, 3 Sol, which is like kind of the max you could really charge for it mint, you know, are you going to make enough as a builder to be able to, you know, sustain the project over there, you know? And so even though it's good for collectors because there's low gas and the price is overall a much cheaper mint in general over there, is that good for builders? So I think that's part of the question too, is what's sustainable, right? What is sustainable? And I think there's a balance, right? And we have to find the right balance. And I think some of it is also looking back at the way that projects were, you know, launched in Web 2 and how, you know, startups were formed and launched in Web 2. And I think we can learn lessons from that to bring forward into this space. So what are you reading for tokenomics? I'm just reading articles I can find around on the interwebs. I've been reading some Medium articles. Maybe I'll share some of it actually in the Discord. And I would love to know if anybody has any good suggestions. I mean, I'm open to reading books even or whatever. So yes, suggestions for tokenomics and creating those nice flywheels is greatly appreciated, because I find all that very interesting. You know, it's difficult to create the right incentives and to get the tokenomics right so that a project doesn't just die out, right? And because if you are in it for the long run, and if you're making something that you know, you want to succeed long term, you want to create the best incentive system and the best tokenomics for your community and for your business going forward, right? So, you know, that's here we have a bigger vision for where we want to take this beyond just what we're doing now. But, you know, figuring out what is the best model is one of the hardest parts. And because this is a new way of thinking about things, you know, it's, you know, Matt and I, we come from Web 2 backgrounds. We've created numerous businesses in Web 2. We mostly come from like Web 2 education sphere, but it's different, you know, it's much different coming into Web 3. And because you have tokenomics and that is a whole new thing for me that I never thought I would have to really think about until more in the, you know, more recently so that's why I'm in a learning phase. I'm in a learning phase right now, and I want to build something really cool here and unique, but I want to make sure we're laying the foundation right so that we're not having to, you know, backtrack on things or change things afterwards, or even, you know, yeah. So I just want to lay a good foundation so that for a long-term foundation to build something long-term here. So, you know, that's why I'm really curious right now about about tokenomics and all that. And I will share I'll share in the Discord, and maybe we'll even do some tokenomics stuff. Actually, that'd be cool. Or maybe we'll have a guest on. I don't know. Maybe we can find a smart person to come on and school us about tokenomics. That would be kind of cool. So Other than that, what are some projects I'm looking at right now? I can't tell you because the week just started, and so I've just started looking at projects. I'm over here looking at the Solana Launchpad. I don't think any of these really interest me right now over the next day. I kind of looked at this one. This one's been minting and has taken for a long time to mint out, and I guess the art isn't done, so I wouldn't really be into that. Over on Ethereum, I'm trying to think of projects that are really like that are coming out that I'm excited about, and it's hard for me to think of anything. I'm having a hard time thinking of something that I'm really hyped about. So if you guys have any, I would love to know, of course, what projects you're looking at. Why are not 3D animated NFTs doing good? I think it was like the 3D NFTs had like a run, and they may again, trends replay from time to time. But I think that there was like at first they got really popular because it was new, and I mean it is cool. I love the 3D NFTs, and I have respect for 3D artwork because the rendering process and everything is much more intensive than doing the two-dimensional illustrations. So I definitely have respect for 3D artwork, but I think it's like you can't do bad 3D artwork and get away with it anymore. And so and oh man, and was some real stinker 3D projects too. But everything, there's trends come and go, and that's the way that every market has its trends and cycles. So will it come back? Sure, it could come back in a different way. I again think like the PFP trend. I don't think you'll buy PFPs just to have PFPs at some point, right? At some point. But having a PFP as part of a project to symbolize you're part of a community that's doing something, that makes more sense. Buying a PFP just to have a PFP doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So, projects that are building stuff and have a PFP, cool. That's just, the artwork that represents the project. I'm all for that. That's kind of what we're trying to do too. So, 4S1T says, I bought a Vibe Heads on ETH. The art is cool, but the floor is really down. Yeah, I mean, the floor is hard to, the floor is down on a lot of things. And again, that's why it's a good time to buy stuff you're interested in. What was the one you just said? Vibe Heads. Let's go check it out. Let's go check out Vibe Heads. Let's go look at the charts. And I don't know what this project 0xD38 is, but it's like trending. Why? Oh, NFT in it won't give me anything on Vibe Heads. That's sad. Got JPEG punks. I mean, lots of free NFTs hitting the market every day. So like a lot of these, I don't know what they are, and then I never see them again. Unfortunately, they just kind of pop and then they flop. Like JPEG punks, this was probably another free mint. Bagner, let's look at actually I want to look at the Saudis. I want to look at their the floor and the chart here. Oh, it's kind of, yeah, it got up to, man, 1.4. Another one that really popped and flopped was Possessed. This one was another one that just had so much hype, and it did sell out, and then it popped so hard, and man, it just has really come down. So I mean, in a lot of projects, the floor price has come down. So again, if there's projects you like, this is a good time to get one, right? And that's why I'm kind of cruising around looking at projects that already exist. Let's go look at Gossamer. Let's see. Oops, I can't type Gossamer Academy. Is it Gossamer Academy? Gossamer Gods. Oh man, there's too many. This one down at 0.19. I wonder, yeah. Is this what you were talking about, Dickenzo? Gossamer. Oh, maybe it was, no, must have been Gossamer Academy that you were talking about. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. Seeds. Oh, seeds. Okay, let's go look at it. Maybe you can school me about what this is. I want to know. Okay, yeah, this looks like something that this is at 0.14. Another one where, yeah, floor price is pretty dang low. So, you know, again, I think that's why it's the opportune time to look around, find things that you want to buy. Blue chip owner, 18%. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. You know what? I want to look at how many blue chip owners are there for the Saudis. Look at all these now projects that are all trying to be the Saudis. I saw the Saudis' wives. Don't worry, I free minted some Saudis' wives just in case. Let's look at the blue chip comparison. 14% still over here. I mean, it was pretty hyped. It was pretty hyped on Twitter and stuff. They were memeing it up, you know. That's why if you make a little team, you can that knows what they're doing, you can launch these projects in a kind of like factory-like way. 15% over here too at Bagner. Those are all pretty good. I want to just look at Crypto Dick Butts again. I compare everything to Crypto Dick Butts. I'm sorry that I'm that immature, everybody. It's just my nature. 40%. See, this is why I'm bullish on the Crypto Dick Butts. I mean, 40% blue chip holders. I'm telling you guys, man, maybe this is the week that I finally get one. The price is down where I want it to be. So, you know, strike while the iron's hot. Now, could it come down a little further? Sure. But this seems like a pretty there's a lot of just confluence around this one ETH spot. So I may be looking again at Crypto Dick Butts today. We'll see. I think that pretty much does it for this show. Let's look. DeKenza says CDB is going to take over because of the culture. Yes, that's right, baby. I love the CDB culture. Wilmer Valderrama will be in this show. Sure, bud. Sure. Okay, I think that does it for us today for this show. Matt will be back tomorrow, so things will be back to the normal. The normal, you know, we're missing Matt's rage. I feel like this show just is not the same without a raging Matt to help me decide which NFTs need to be punched and which ones should exist freely without threat of being punched by him. But we will be back, of course, tomorrow. And yeah, come to the Discord if you get a chance and come chat. I will be around today. I'm going to be looking at NFTs and working on some Morning Friends stuff. So I will be around to chat if you guys want to chat. You know, I also thought about maybe doing like call-ins at some point, like opening up like a line in Discord, right? Like a audio line that then we could patch in here. I don't know if that's like a good idea or not. So maybe people can give me their feedback on that. And then maybe at some point we'll start having like a little voting area in the Discord where we can, you know, bring up different decisions that need to be made and start voting on it as a community. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I hope to see you over there in the Discord. Other than that, I hope you have a great day and, you know, make it a productive one. Have a great Monday, everybody. Thanks for coming around. Love you guys. GM.